Hello, Mary Meets. So I want to review something fiction oriented. I want to review a couple of movies because I do that from time to time because I like horror movies and I like talking to them. And my PC can't complain that I'm talking too much. So yeah, the movies I want to review are two in a series. It's Art of the Devil 1 and Art of the Devil 2. So I'll talk about these one at a time and then compare them a bit afterwards. So let's start with Art of the Devil. I don't know if there's any more Art of the Devil movies. I've only have these two. I bought them from a place that had them as rentals. So I got them dirt cheap. There was this guy on eBay that just went out and bought lots of DVDs from former rental places and sold them for $1 or $2 a piece. So these are some of those I got. But anyway, this is a Thai movie. It's about poor family who think they have gotten the best luck in the world when the woman in the family's douchebag ex-husband mysteriously dies and leaves her his entire estate. So she moves in with her 3 adult children, 2 boys and a girl. And yeah, and the story then follows them because it's not happy land because there's a curse on the family. So what do I think of this? I think it is pretty good. The topic here is witchcraft, pretty dark and gruesome witchcraft, as it were, and then curses deluxe. And yeah, there's a lot of people coughing up razor blades and other nasty stuff. The storyline is very good. I immediately got into the atmosphere of the movie, and it had this dark, claustrophobic kind of feeling that no matter what you do, you can't escape. And it did that very well. The characters are also believable. I mean, the villain starts off as someone you have enormous amount of sympathy with, and at first you really root for her, and then you see that, well, her revenge just gets completely out of hand, and she just starts harming innocents left and right, and you start to think she's pretty much a very bad person. But yeah, the movie goes for mood and feeling rather than shock value and jump scares. I don't think there's hardly any jump scares in the movie. There might be a couple, but not a lot. There are blood in the movie, but generally speaking, the blood is used only when it's needed. It doesn't. How should I put it? A lot of horror movies go for the gore rather than storytelling because it's cheaper and easier. It's basically, we don't have a storytelling here, have a bloody corpse. This more has the story, and then they have the gruesome elements there, but mostly then for when it's needed. For example, there's a guy who shoots himself, and you don't see all of it. You see him putting the gun to his head, and then sort of the camera fades out, and you hear the shot. You realize what has happened. You don't need to see the contents of his head flying everywhere. That's not needed. No, I'm not squeamish when it comes to gore. I just want gore to be used right, and this movie does it right. So yeah, while the storytelling is a little bit chaotic at times, I think it's pretty good. Now there is a dub on this, an English dub. I do not recommend it. Now, without getting into the sub versus dub discussion, the dub is terrible. I mean, it's the default option. And I think I got through about 1.5 minutes of it before I thought, oh, there has to be some other soundtrack here, because, yeah, it's like, oh, don't die from me, please, don't die, oh, don't die. It's like they're just reading from a script they might as well be reading. And then we need 2 bottles of milk, 1 carton of eggs, a bottle of soda. There's no emotion there whatsoever, but the soundtrack with the original Thai actors are excellent. So yeah, I'll give I mean, the storytelling is, like I said, a bit chaotic at times. It's not a masterpiece, but it's a pretty damn good movie. I'll give this 7 out of 10. And that leads us to Art of the Devil 2. Now, one thing I really like about this is that the movies are connected because it's the same kind of witchcraft uh, that creates the horror within this realm. That's basically a witchcraft using villain. You have the same kinds of effects and so on. I mean, a lot of horror series, either they try to make sequel when none are needed. They just continue the original character's storyline where it's not needed, and that's a problem. But they don't do that here. It's completely new story, not related. It's different characters and so on and so forth. But a lot of movies that do that have completely different characters. It's not related at all. There's no reason for it to have the same title. It's just so that it can sell off the original movie's name. But here they have a link that it's the same kind of witchcraft. So is it as good as the first one? No, it isn't. This movie is about a group of kids who decide to come together with one another about 2 or 3 years after they finish high school, and goes to have a weekend away or whatever, a weekend away, basically some time away together at one of these guys' river house. And of course, things start to go bad very, very quickly. And they have, and of course, get cursed. And things starts going downhill from there. In both of the movies, the storylines go very. You have a storyline, and then you have a lot of flashbacks that sort of tells the background for what is happening. And in both movies, that is used well. However, in this story, they choose gore over story. I mean, you have a 10-minute long torture session. And I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem with gore. It's just eventually you sit looking at your watch thinking, oh, yep, he's being tortured, alright. Still being tortured. Yep, that gotta hurt. He's still being tortured, and I wonder if I have the time to go and make myself a cup of coffee. Oh, I do. Oh, he's still being tortured. I mean, gore doesn't make a movie better. I mean, the first one has a lot of mood. You have that depressive mood of, you're trapped. You're not getting anywhere. This curse is gonna get you. You have nowhere to go. Well, this one more has, oh look, bloody disgusting gore. And gore doesn't make things better. I mean, if you're a gorehound, if the reason why you watch horror movies is that you like to see gore, then you will probably like this better. But I like it for the stories, and the story instinct is, yeah, I can't talk today. The story in this movie is much weaker. Is it still a good movie? It's decent. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. And unlike some people that say that means it's shit, no, 5 out of 10 means it's average. It's an okay movie. I mean, I got it for I think $1.50 or something, and I think it's well worth my money. I'll probably watch it again. It's entertaining, but it isn't as good as the first one. So yeah, I do recommend both movies, but if you're only gonna pick up one of them, pick up the first one. It's much, much better. It uses mood and storytelling and atmosphere, while this uses blood and gore. But of course, if you like torture porn, this does have, I think it's literally 10 minutes of torture. So yeah, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So yeah, as a whole, I think the series is pretty good. I hope there are more movies in the series. I mean, I would like to check those out if so. I really like the witchcraft in here. It's sort of I don't know if it's based on anything really. It has um, Buddhist feel to it, but at the same time, it's very Hollywood voodoo-ish, and by that I mean the Hollywood idea of voodoo, not the actual how voodoo and voodoo are actually practiced. So it sort of creates an interesting blend there. I don't know if actually if uh, you have folklore about that kind of magic within um, Buddhism or in Thailand, but I am going to start researching that because it interested me. And the characters in both movies are decent, so yeah, I mean, as a whole, it's a pretty good series. If you like witchcraft related horror movies, this is great. So yeah, but first movie, a lot better than the second movie. So the second movie has a very, very nice looking witch. And she gets naked. Mm-mm-mm. Evil naked witches. Mm-mm-mm. Well, 7 out of 10 for this one. 5 out of 10 for this one. And that is my review of Art of the Devil 1 and 2. I hope you have enjoyed this review. Have a great day and blessed be. And if you would like me to do more movie reviews instead of just occult books and so on and so forth, let me know down in the comments field. Bye!